Hello, Mountain Vista dog lovers. We're here with Miss Bernard along with Rue and Finley. We're here to find out a little bit more about the therapy dog program here at Vista.
They're golden doodles, both of them are golden doodles. And Rue is almost 3 in April, and she's basically grown up here. She started coming when she was teeny tiny. And Finley is only 10 months, even though she's bigger than Rue. And they're actually half sisters, so they have the same mother, but they have different fathers. And they actually came from a relative of Mrs. Jaffe's that breeds dogs.
It's about 5 years old, and it was a student-started project entirely created by a class of mine. And the entire thing just came about, and they wanted to, in a way, to solve a problem that they saw in the school, which was stress. And they wanted it to be something that could be accessible for all students, and the challenge was to then figure out how to find dogs and how to get it all certified, and the students were entirely in charge of that. And their legacy now is that the fact that we still have this program today. And then it worked out that in the counseling office, one of the counselors at the time had 2 dogs that were perfect and ready to be trained for the program. We trained them first, and then got everything certified and went through all the stuff with the district and with the American with Disabilities Act and so many different legal hoops that we had to jump through. And then that has kind of led to the program we have today. Started with 2 dogs, and then we grew to 3, and then we have had some changes with people and owners of the dogs and things like that, and now we're back to 3 dogs again. We've grown probably most with the training of our handlers. We have student handlers who are in charge of each period, and we have always had a good number of handlers, but recently we've had more than we've even.
Well, like I said, I think that they can calm kids. I think that one way we could utilize them a little bit more is during finals week, or if there's big tests in terms of like big math or science or any kind of big test, that they could have the dogs come in and just for the first 5 minutes of class just have them wander. I think that would be good in terms of bringing down any blood pressure for big tests coming, that kind of thing. I think that they, like I said, I think they are very calming. I don't know. I think it's just there's been so much research, and there's actually more and more articles and research being done that shows that they are just good to have like in a classroom, just there in a classroom, and they tend to lose their. Sometimes when they first walk in the classroom, they kind of get everybody keyed up, but then the longer they're there, like today, for example, they're both here, only one is working, but Finley needs to stay with me all day. And my first hour of class, they just hung out. She just hung out and she went and saw kids, and it just creates a whole different atmosphere, I think, in the classroom of a more calm environment.
I love just hearing the stories about how it helped somebody in a simple way. It doesn't have to be this profound, event where the dogs came in and, really helped in a crisis. I love hearing the stories about how just when the dogs are walking through the hall, how it really brightens someone's day, or how someone who, was feeling down had that opportunity to have the dogs here, and it changed things for them. We've heard stories, different anecdotes of people talking about how it's kind of brought certain people out of their shells, and also stories of people who have really been in great need of just a non-judgmental comfort, and had that access to the dogs, which really helped too.
You know what? I think it's really cool. I like to watch the kids with the dogs. I think it's really cool to see some of the kids that are very quiet kids kind of open up and get really excited about having the dogs around. We've had a couple handlers now that are very, very quiet, very reserved kids that aren't involved in a lot of things here at Vista, and they really bloomed just being dog handlers and walking the dogs around and having to interact with other people. So that's cool about working with them. I think it's fun. I of course love my 2 dogs. I love my 2 dogs, but they are very different dogs. Rue is very calm and was very easy to train, and Finley is Finley's a little bit more stubborn. So I enjoy them just because their personalities are so different, even though they look alike.
How does it feel to play a big role in the Mountain Vista community? How does it feel to always be called the wrong name?